Welcome to the Suicide Solution. I'm sure the name was very intriguing. I thought of it a long time ago, but at that time, I was really screwed up in my mind and was dealing with mental health issues and wasn't about to try to help somebody else. So this year, I thought of it again. I had attempted to take my own life in January of 2013 and have spent the last almost 12 years really healing and working on myself and growing and basically learning how to save my own life every single day. And I have always been a suicidal person, had suicidal ideation before I even knew or understood what suicide meant. I was a very little girl, a young girl. And over time, I realized through a series of events that I was suicidal and what that meant. My mom took me to counseling, just a bunch of other things that I'll dive into as we get going with this season. This is my first episode, my first podcast. It's been driving me crazy all morning trying to figure it out. Hopefully, this works this time. I want to tell everybody that you have hope, that there is hope, that it doesn't matter on your very darkest days. There is a way out. There is a solution. There's a solution for absolutely everything. You can think in your mind that what you're going through right now is the absolute worst thing that's ever happened to anybody in their life. And it could be very true. It could be very true that you've gone through something or you've experienced something so traumatic that you don't know how you are going to be able to get through this, but you will. You will and you can. We, as people that have suicidal thoughts and these dark thoughts that just become all of who we think we are, is only a part of us. I think the greatest thing I can tell you or teach you in this one short episode introducing the suicide solution is that it's just a part of our brain. It's a part of who we are. It's a mindset. It's a coping mechanism. I do want to say that I am not a doctor. I can't give you any medical advice. I don't have any letters behind my name, but I am an expert at saving my own life. I am for sure an expert at that. So I know that I have saved my own life for almost 12 years. And it wasn't until this year, 2024, what started out to look like it wasn't even any kind of a spectacular year, or nor did I even expect it to be. I go into every year with a mantra for myself. This year, my mantra was feel the fear and do it anyway. Mid year, I added to that to just go a little further. And it's been a great year. It's been a fantastic year. I used to stay under the covers as much as possible. I used to go to bed as early as I could, uh, drink until I could just pass out and go to sleep so I wouldn't have to think about my problems, to have a freaking break from them. And then I would sleep as late as possible. Now I go to bed as late as I can and I get up as early as I can because there's so much life to live. There's so much I didn't know about. It's like I just have a new perspective, a new vision, a new eyes. I see through a new set of eyes. And it is just so incredible that I want to share it with the world. I want you to know that you can literally go from thinking about nothing other than death as the only result, the best option for you. I know I've lived this to how I am today. Gosh, if you would have known me last year, 10 years ago, once you start hearing about the trauma and the things that I've endured and been through, you're going to wonder to yourself how I did it. And, you know, I survived the attempt. When I woke up from surviving my attempt in the hospital on life support, not expected to make it, My first words were, "You have got to be fucking kidding me." And I literally thought to myself, I had died and gone to hell, and that this was hell for me to actually continue living this fucked up life. So I get it. I get exactly what it feels like. And I know I can relate to you. I know the thoughts that you think. I know how it feels, and I know how fucked up it can be. But I know there's hope. I have witnessed it myself. I have saved my own life, and I know what it takes to live. And I know I'm the person that can help you. You know, when you're in your most desperate, darkest hour, there's no one you can call. And that's part of the problem. You can't reach out to anybody. And even me, as you get more comfortable with me and you feel like, hey, I can relate to this lady. She understands, she gets me, she knows what this is like. And you really get closer to me and I get closer to you, and we build this space with one another. When you're in that darkest hour, you can't even call me. Not because you don't have my number, but because it's a scary place to be. And once you're that bad off and in that dark of a place, you don't want to call anybody. So, what can we do? We have to find how to save ourselves. That's the answer, is that the answers lie within us. It's not anybody outside of ourselves. We don't need to save ourselves. And I mean salvation. You need to save yourself from what's within you, because you know yourself better than anybody else. I know me better than anybody, because no one knows the depths of who we are. No one truly knows the thoughts that you think, the insecurities that you have, the dark cloud that hovers over our minds and our thoughts, our perceptions. Every single person has gone through something different in this life, and we all view everything from the lens of our pasts. So I'm here to tell you that the biggest reason, when we're in that dark, dark place, when you're contemplating taking your own life, you can't call somebody because they will call the police. They will have you committed. They will take your kids away because you're not sane. These are all the things that I thought in my mind. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. You're stuck. I don't care if you are in a room full of 50 people that love you, that say they do, that care about you, say they do. It doesn't matter, because until we can learn to love ourselves, and I know it's a hard concept, it is such a hard concept, but we will. You can learn exactly how to do this, and I know that I can help you. And I'm so excited about helping you. Um, I'm going to start with one of the very first things that I did for myself. I gave myself a 3-day limit. So, once I was feeling depressed and I felt down and out, I felt like suicide was the answer. My saving grace was that I lived, because to look my two daughters in the eye, I knew that suicide was off the table. That was not an option, which was extremely hard. It was so hard. I was stuck in this world and I didn't even have that option anymore. Um, but what I did was, if I got to that place where I wanted to kill myself, um, I would give myself 3 days. Okay, this is how I'm feeling. It sucks right now, but it's not an option. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to get under the covers and stay there for 3 days. And when that fourth morning came, I had to get the fuck up. That was the deal I made with myself. And I had to get up. I have to continue this life and learn how to live life fucked up. That's how it was, and that's how it starts in the beginning. But if you can get this one thing, maybe you work full time, you don't have 3 days. Well, do you have 3 hours? Do you have 30 minutes? Can you spread out the 3 days? Like, okay, from the time you get home, you feed the kids, you do whatever you got to do, you throw in a load of laundry, you close your bedroom door and get under the covers. It's okay. This is a new way of coping. Okay? Having suicidal ideation is a coping mechanism. It's a way where we can just have a moment to imagine what would it be like without this shit going on in our life. I understand. Man, it feels good. It's like you can just take yourself away to a place where none of this exists anymore and you can have a fucking break from your life and from the stuff going on in your life. We need a new way. This is it. This is a start. This is a starter advice I have for you, and it works. So you figure out for you, what's your 3 days going to look like? Is it going to be a 30 minutes where you just close the door and you just go inside yourself? You just wrap the covers around you or maybe over your face, and you just try not to think about suicide, and you just say to yourself, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to live. But right now, I don't want to. And I'm going to just deal with the fact that I don't want to. And I'm going to talk to myself and I'm going to say, God, it sucks living. I hate living. I hate this situation. I don't want to be in this situation. I want to be out of this situation. I want to run from myself. Cry, journal, do nothing. Whatever you feel like, whatever comes to you in that moment will be right for you. It'll be maybe a new idea, a new thought. It'll be something for you that you create as the first thing in your toolbox on how to save your life. I promise you that this works. So come up with your 3 days. I'm calling it 3 days because that's what worked for me. For you, like I said, it might be, I have kids, I have young kids, I have work, I'm working 2, 3 jobs, I'm going through a divorce. It could be so many things. It could be, I just lost someone. I just lost a child. I just lost my husband. I just found out my husband's cheating on me. It could be all those things. I've gone through all those things. You can just say, for today, for this moment, I'm going to listen to what this lady said. There's some reason I came across this podcast and I'm listening to this today. This is a sign. This is a synchronicity. This happened for you to save your life. So do what you need to do. It's 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 days, 3 moments. Whatever it is, let that save you today. Because I can promise you one thing I know for sure is tonight the sun is going to set. Tomorrow morning, the sun is going to rise. If you're like me, which I bet you are, you don't trust people. You can't trust people. People have abandoned you. People have let you down. People haven't come through for you. And it's hard. But one thing's for sure is every night the sun is going to set. And every morning is going to rise again. When it rises tomorrow, it's a new day. It's a new fresh start for us. We don't have to stay stuck in suicidal ideation. This is just the start. This is just the baby steps that can help you. I have so many solutions, and I wish I could tell you that this goes away and this works overnight. I wish it did. But the things that I could tell you to do that I do for myself today is too big of a jump. It's too big of a leap to go from where you are now to where you can be. But you can take a baby step. And once you realize, wow, that worked for me, it could be exactly what I did, or it can be a version, something you create on your own. And it's going to be so beautiful. And I can't wait for you to share it with me. And then you can go on and share it with others. And then those people can share it with others. And we can make a difference. We can change this because there is a suicide solution. There are many, many solutions. And I'm here to teach you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to get you through this. If you do anything today, learn that you can save yourself. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to teaching you and showing you how to do this, how to live this thing called life. I can't wait to teach you more. I can't wait to hear from all of you. And this is my first podcast and season 1, episode 1. I'm so excited to hear back from you. I would love to get your feedback. So I don't know what else to say other than I am super excited to help you want to live life.